let's talk about Jennifer again. Who they said that she doubled her pay because she's so mad about Ben and how he treating her that, you know, she drinking her wares away. I just had to pull up this picture for dramatic effect. We love drama on this show. So insiders claim her inner circle have grown seriously concerned and terrified she'll plunge into a dark abyss. This is according to Radar Online. Now, Jennifer, who's 55, has recently seen knocking back a glass of her Delulu. It's Delola, but she's delusional about, people actually drinking that mess. It's called Delola Margarita Cocktail on her Instagram page, and sources claim she needed the liquid courage before meeting up with her estranged husband on September 4th. So did she show up to the door speaking slurred English and not being able to contain her composure? The source said the fact that she needed booze in her belly before the latest meeting with Ben kind of says it all. She appears to be self-medicating and unable to handle the raw reality of this divorce without some type of pick-me-up. They added she used to only drink socially, but now it's a big, okay, they're saying now. I think they messed up with they don't proofread over there at Radar Online, apparently. She used to only drink socially, but now it's a bigger part of her daily routine, and the cocktails she mixes up are pretty lethally strong, apparently lethally strong. And it's weird because they said that this Delola drink is low-calorie alcohol. I don't know what that tastes like because when I do alcohol, I want the alcohol. I don't want no low-calorie stuff. I worry about my calories later when I'm working off all that liquor at the gym the next day. So I don't know nothing about no low-calorie alcohol. If y'all had the Lulu, let me know in the comments if y'all actually been able to see it in a store, if you ever purchased a bottle, and if you actually had some, what it tastes like. But now this is someone who said in the past that she's not a big drinker. She was never a drinker, but then all of a sudden she's out here selling liquor. Because as the grifter Jennifer is, she's just trying to jump into every little genre and sell something. It's funny how people want to go in on Beyonce over the fact that she got all these things that she's out here selling, but nobody's calling out Jennifer on the things she's selling that they said is not part of her brand or who she is, especially when she said in the past she's not a drinker, but now all of a sudden she is. Or maybe I guess now that she's older, she's one of those late in life people who's like, okay, now I just want to have an occasional cocktail. I don't trust nobody to say they don't drink. But if you're a former addict or whatever, then I understand. People who run around being like, oh, I don't drink. Now, they said the insider noted Jennifer was not prepared for this breakup. She genuinely thought they would work through their troubles, but Ben just threw in the towel and walked. He's left her totally wrecked. Jennifer was clobbered a major backlash in 2023 when she launched her alcohol line. Fans slammed her venture as a cash grab due to her longtime rep as a teetotaler. I cannot with y'all with these words. A teetotaler. So they said critics also, which basically means that somebody has said that I don't drink. I just love when y'all be trying to crack out the thesaurus and use all these little words just to give a little more, give a little more ambiance to the situation. So critics also felt the launch was insensitive due to her then husband's well-known issues with alcohol and multiple rehab stints. But Jennifer quickly shot back after years of avoiding alcohol, saying that she'd taken up social drinking. She said, I know that a lot of people have been talking about like, oh, she doesn't even drink. What's she doing with a cocktail line? That was true for a long time. I didn't drink. A few years back, you will see from several photos of me out in the past 10, maybe 15 years, I've been having well, that's a damn lie, sis. It ain't been no damn 15 because your career has been it's been lasting about as long as 15 years or whatever. Now I guess, it's been 3 decades because she came out in 99. That's when her career really hit big. When did Selena come out? 97? But then the music career kicked off in 99. So that's like 20 something, that's almost 30 years. But in the past 15 years, since we wasn't seeing you out drinking. Like I just showed a picture that we just saw with where it was her, Ben, Luciana, who is Matt Damon's wife, and Matt Damon sitting at a table. And she ain't had no glass in front of her. So what type of story are you trying to tell us? I do feel like there's a money grab. And nobody's trying to say like, okay, yeah, she doesn't have the occasional drink. But if that's the narrative you're trying to sell, is like, there should have been photos of you out there actually drinking so that way we could have, seen it. So that way it'd be more believable. It's kind of like what people thinking like Beyonce out here selling whiskey, but they don't believe that whiskey is actually her drink of choice. Now I drink whiskey. And people who know me know that I drink whiskey. They see me out, I get my whiskey and coke, or sometimes I drink it straight. Um, so if I decide to come out with a whiskey line tomorrow, y'all would actually believe it because that is my drink of choice. I'm not really big on vodka. I'll do. I'm not really that big on tequila, although I will do tequila shots if I'm with my friends. But if I do that, I don't mix. I don't do the light and the dark because then you will see the reincarnation of Lucifer in the vicinity if I do mix the light and the dark. I'm going scorched earth. I'm going to black out. I ain't going to know what the fuck happened. Okay, so then it also went and said the singer has sparked fears among her inner circle who expressed concerns about her social drinking turning into a risky habit. An insider said she's really struggling emotional right now, and the big worry among her friends is that she's using alcohol as a crutch. JLo saying a few drinks to take the edge off is the least she deserves, which is a fair point, but it seems so out of character. While Hannaford was said to be humiliated over the split, other sources claim the Gone Girl actor had to quit their marriage because her glam lifestyle was putting his sobriety at risk. A source said the marriage was incredibly overwhelming. Hannaford loves a very glam lifestyle, and he is often faced with temptation. They noted while Hannaford may be able to enjoy the occasional cocktail, there's no middle ground for addicts like Affleck. And that is true. When you are someone who is an addict, and once you are an addict, you will always be an addict. Even when you spend years in rehab and you're always trying to follow those 12 steps, there's always going to be that temptation. And when you're around people who all they care about is the next big grift and sell the next big product because nothing is ever enough, especially when it's like you are a producer, you're doing movies, you're doing music, you have all these endorsement deals, and you're trying to sell the next big product so that way you can get that check, so that way you can live the extravagant, lavish lifestyle that she's been accustomed to. And Ben is like this regular jeans and t-shirt type of guy who maybe suffers from imposter syndrome, who's got a lot of demons that he's trying to drown with at the bottom of a bottle, and whatever the case is. That's not something he wants to play in. So he wants to remove himself as far away from that as humanly possible. And it's totally understandable. So, um, but then again, I feel like as a man, you should be able to talk out whatever your issues were and try to work them out. If there's no middle ground, if there's no way that you can work out the things you want to work out, whatever issue you have with your wife, because remember, for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, for sickness and in health, all of that stuff is said in those vows that y'all got up there and said twice, one time in Vegas and the other time at the plantation. If you can't sit and figure all that out and follow through with all of that, you want to just, oh yeah, I just can't do it. It's too much. Then you don't need to be married any damn way because you're not man enough to handle your situation. But I say all this to say, in the words of Mommy Dear, Cher, we always knew that Hannaford knew where to find the booze and the boys. I always wanted to say that line when it came to her. She always knew where to find the booze and the boys. But anyway, so that was a whole lot. I would say, what do y'all think of this story? Um, Do I think that she's drowning her sorrows in alcohol? I hope not. Because yeah, I feel like a lot of times if you do drink, or you're not a drinker and all of a sudden you kind of just stumble into that. And I was like, oh, this tastes good. It's maybe a little healthy or whatever the case was, it's not a lot of alcohol in it. It's like the little fancy cocktail that I can have. Like I'm hanging out with friends and I'm having like a little dinner situation, which is kind of like what I would be doing if I was her age. It was like, you have a big house, you have your yard, you have friends over, and it's like you bring out your drink, you have like the little cocktails, and you just keep keying with your friends and the people at the party. You just having a little drink and throwing it back, whatever the case is. But she's new to the whole alcohol thing. She's not a big drinker, but I hope like she's not one of those that's like when you say social drinker, like you just somebody that could just throw them back all night and then you just be clean for like weeks and then you go back to the binging. So I really hope that she's able to work with some girl, as they were saying before, when you were trying to put out the music or the new music, the kiss off song, whatever it is you're doing, just write your little songs, write your little diary, write it all down, use that as inspiration, just get all that out of your system. Don't use the alcohol as a crutch, because that's the worst thing you could do is excuse me, this damn cold is killing me. um go through the traumas through alcohol. Self-medication is not it. So I want to hear what you guys think about this story. Let me know whatever your thoughts are in the comments down below.